Hi, my name is Nicholas Rogers, and today I'll be doing a speech about police brutality in America. So, police brutality is one of the biggest problems in America, especially when it comes for two specific communities: the African American community as well as the Hispanic community. The African American community and the Hispanic community are killed at a higher rate than their white counterparts, even though their white counterparts are actually shot more when you look at the total. But when you base off the population and the amount of people who were killed, it's like disproportionately a problem. So the black community accounts for 13.4% of the United States population, but they are 23.8% of people killed. The Hispanic population is 18.5% of the entire population, but they represent 16.7% of the population that's killed, whereas the white race is 60% of the population, but they represent 45.4% of the people who are killed by police officers. So, when you look at the rate of shootings, despite the unpredictable nature of the events, the climate and fatal shootings across the nation have shot over 1,000 people each year. A defense could be offered via theory of probabilities. It claims that the frequency of rare events in big populations tends to remain consistent in the absence of significant societal changes, such as fundamental shift in police culture or stricter restrictions on gun ownership. So basically, for the past couple of years, we have been seeing 1,000 people each year lose their lives to the police. And more frequently than not, the people who are killed by police are African Americans. Black Americans are shot more frequently than white people, even though they make up half of the victims shot and killed by the police. But they make up 13% of the country's population that are slain by police more than twice as often as white Americans are. As well as I just said that Hispanic Americans are more frequently killed than other racial groups in America. Now, with all this being said, there can be certain changes that can be made and implemented to make everything better. I'm sorry that my voice is kind of gone at the moment, but the excessive use of force is honestly one of the biggest things that can be gotten rid of. Policies regarding the use of force. While there are no federal guidelines for the use of force, certain police agencies have implemented regulations aimed at reducing overuse, such as law forbid employing force on people who are wearing handcuffs and restrictive action like Nick holds a heavy head with an object. So basically, I guess if we can get rid of chokeholds, knee on necks, or like somebody bluntly hitting someone in the face, that can also stop a lot of police brutality, as well as there being more um, uses of force besides deadly force. So like we all know that like tasers are not the best weapon to danger somebody. So instead of being a gun, can there be other options besides the taser that can help subdue anybody who's breaking the law? Along with that, we need to improve training. Law enforcement personnel should be required to complete racial bias education in addition to developing their problem solving, conflict mediation, and de escalation abilities. I feel like at certain times, yes, the person that is like committing crime can like not be as easy to deal with, but I feel like with them being law enforcement, they need to be a little bit more understanding and able to help the person through that problem. So when I think about that, I feel like if police are given more resources to help with de-escalation, I really feel like that would help. So I also feel like there should be more training when it comes to dealing with people who are dealing with mental illness, because the police are called for mental illness. So I feel like there should actually be a specific division of the police department that deals specifically with people that deal with mental illness, because they are not as rational thinking as the ordinary person. Along with that, bias has to be like toned down. I mean, I understand at a certain point there is a bias towards certain people, but working in law enforcement, I feel like that should not be the case. There needs to be some type of changes there. And the articles that I have used to find my information is a Fatal Force police shooting database. One of the contributors on this is Rich Stephen, and this was made by the Washington Post. Along with that, police brutality is a global problem, and it was published by Amnesty International. And last but not least, what the data says about police brutality and racial bias. And this was published by Nature News. I thank you for looking at my persuasive speech on why police brutality is such a problem in America today. And I hope that I have fulfilled the requirements of getting everything on this test.